May 16th, 2025, 6 o'clock, 69 degrees in Athens, Georgia. And yes, I guess you guessed it. We've been sitting here going over our statistics on YouTube. Oh man, we need help. We need viewers. We need subscribers. We need watch time. But yeah, we've been up since 4:30, dreading what we're about to do. You know, the dread is probably worse than actual doing it. We got to pull these front shocks off. Got to go pick up the new ones. Take these back because these are warranted. And switch these shocks out. I've got new ones for the back too. How are we going to do that? I don't know. Just sitting here dreading it is worse than the actual work on it, I guess. But I guess we need to crawl up underneath there. We need to drag a jack over here and jack it up. Crawl and take those tires off where we can get to the shocks. We've got to get to them from the wheel well, the top nut from the wheel well, not from under the hood up there. Frank's got most of his engine stuff back for his El Camino, or got most of his stuff in, but doesn't have everything in yet. He may get started on that next week or week after. I want to try to be back around here when he gets started on it. We'll be doing updates on building that 4-bolt 454, which is over there, all wrapped up in that bag over there. That's his block and his crank. So right now, let's go ahead and drag jack over here, get jack stands and set this thing up. Yank those shocks off, go to the parts store, get the new shocks, and hey, shop cat, why don't you do something for you? Why don't you help out? Instead of walking around here, man, wanting something to eat all the time. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we've got the wheel off. We used our Ryobi cordless impact. So far it has worked perfectly. Haven't had a bit of trouble with it. It took those lug nuts off. We're going to clean this up some. All that grease on top of the lube fittings and stuff. There's the nut, top nut we've got to get off, and then the two on the bottom. We may have to put the jack underneath the spring and jack that up to get enough clearance underneath the bottom down there to get that shock out. I don't remember exactly how we did it last time, but anyway, we will get started on that. We'll put a pair of pliers, probably a vice grip on top of that. It's got a little, or a wrench, and then put our wrench, our nut, our ratcheting box end on that and take that off. And then get those two bolts out of the bottom down there. Okay, we've got this shock out, and so far what we've used is this adjustable wrench to get on the top of that, to hold it so the shaft doesn't turn while we're undoing it with the 14. And these bolts down here were 13, and we use that little 3/8 drive with that little 3/8 13 impact socket to get them off. So we're going to go over and do the same thing on the other side, and then we will upload this video, and we'll get a separate video and maybe combine the two together too, but we'll have two videos, or either three, of putting the shocks back on once we go to the parts store and get those others. So far we've used a adjustable, a 13, a 14, a 7/8 impact to get the wheel and trim ring off. we used the same setup over here that we did over there, that 14, to get that top nut off with the adjustable wrench, keeping that shaft from turning, and then the 13 on that ratchet with our Roby impact, and again it worked fine. We're going to clean all this stuff up good before we go back with it, and as they don't open until 7:30, it's 7 o'clock. It'll take about 20 minutes to get over there, but we're going to go ahead and squirt a bunch of brake cleaner on the brakes and also a bunch of this grease stuff so that it'll be clean, or cleaner. We'll finish cleaning it up when we get back. It'll be cleaner when we get back to start putting this thing back together. Going back with the new shocks. These are Monroe-Matic gas shocks, and I'm not sure about this. We're going to document this in case we have problems with it. I'm going to get a picture too. They had to order these. I don't need this van to be down for another day. I don't know whether to try to squeeze that through or not. Squeeze that in there a little bit further. I don't know what I need to do on that. Leave it like it is, let it take care of itself. We may put a big pair of vice grips on that and see if we can pull that over. I don't know, we'll see. But in checking, people not knowing exactly how tight to tighten this top nut up here, it said to tighten it until this bushing matches the outside cap, whatever that thing's called. And that's what we have done on this one. We have installed it, and it now is the same diameter as the cap there. So that's as tight as we're going to get it. It could go tighter, but that's as tight as we're going to get it. We've already got the bottom bolts. Putting this back in, this nut up here was a instead of a 14, it's a 9/16. 14 just didn't, well, 14 ought to work on it, but anyway, it was real tight. So we got a 9/16 for that, and we'll still go back. We went back with the original bolts for that. So let's get that other one in, tighten it up, and then we'll jump on the back. But we're going to see if we can do something about that first. Well. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Asterisk. Don't do it. Don't do what I did. Put the shock up there and tighten these bottom bolts. As aggravating it was to line up that top hole without that bottom bushing on the rod. Now we got to take this back out, put the bottom bushing on, put it back up in there, get it in the hole, and tighten it back up. Here we go. Okay, that's got this one. For some reason, I'm thinking this is screwed down further than that other side over there. I'm going to go take a look and see if they're real close. I don't know what the difference would be unless there's something going on with the suspension. That side over there is definitely screwed down further than this one. Wonder if that bottom bushing is seated in that thing right. Let's whack it a couple of times to see if it loosens it up. We've got the two tires back on, and we just snugged the lug nuts up. But we've got them snug. Took a rubber hammer and beat on the wheel, make sure it was seated all the way. Now we're going to get the jack stands out from under it, let it down, and we're going to tighten it up. Tighten those lug nuts up with a pull handle. We don't torque them, but we tighten them up with a pull handle. We We don't run them up with torque wrench like the tire shops do.